Hello, and welcome to Math Matters. I'm Mrs. Parker, and today we're going to learn about equal sharing through a 3-act test called Share the Love from Graham Fletcher. During today's activity, Share the Love, you will be able to share candy equally between 2 people. Before we get started, go grab a pencil, a piece of paper, and something you can use to count. To get our brains thinking about math, we're going to do a warm-up activity called Which One Doesn't Belong? Look at the 4 pictures. 3 of the pictures go together in one way, while the 4th one doesn't belong. There isn't a wrong answer, as long as you can explain why. Are you ready? Which one doesn't belong and why? Number 1 doesn't belong because there are 5 dots, and the other ones have 6 dots. Number 2 doesn't belong because the dots are scattered while the other ones are in rows. Number 4 doesn't belong because the dots are all yellow while the rest have yellow and blue dots. What else did you think of? In a moment, you're going to watch a video. As you watch, what do you notice and what do you wonder?
Hey girls,
Yeah, Daddy?
I got you guys something.
What? Mine. No, Daddy said it's mine.
Hey girls, just share them.
What are some things that you noticed while watching this video? I noticed that there were M&Ms in the video. I noticed that both girls wanted the M&Ms. What are some things that you wondered while watching the video? I wonder if both girls will get some M&Ms. I wonder if they will share them equally. Here is our question we're trying to solve. How many M&Ms will each girl get if they share equally? Before we solve the problem, let's make a guess or an estimate of about how many M&Ms each girl will get. Before you make an estimate or a guess, think about a guess that would be too few and too many M&Ms for each girl to get. Think about the video and what you already know to make your guess. We know that the bag is not opened, so there has to be M&Ms in the bag. So we know a too few guess would be that each girl wouldn't get any M&Ms. Think about a time you've opened a bag of candy. What would be another guess that would be too few? 2 M&Ms for each girl would also be too few. Now let's think about a guess that would be too many for each girl to get. Let's first think about the whole bag. Look at the bag and the size of the girl's hands. Then look at your hand. What would be a guess that would be too many for the bag? 50 would be too high of a guess because the bag looks like to be about the size of their hands. And I know I couldn't hold 50 peanut M&Ms in my hand at once. Now make your guess. We know that a too few guess would be 2, and a too high guess would be 50. What is your guess of about how many M&Ms each girl will get? Think back to our question. In order for you to solve this problem, how many M&Ms will each girl get if they share equally? You need to know some information. What do you need to know in order to answer this question? In order to answer the question, how many M&Ms will each girl get if they share equally, we need to know how many M&Ms are in the bag. Use the pictures above to help you. How many brown M&Ms were in the bag? There was one brown M&M. How many yellow were in the bag? There were 6. What about blue? There were 7. Red? There was 1. How many orange M&Ms were there? There were 3. And how many green M&Ms were there? There was 1 green M&M. So how many M&Ms were there in all? Use the picture to help you count. Do you see a pattern to help you count? The first 3 rows each have 5 M&Ms. We can count by 5s, then add our leftovers. 5, 10, 15, now the leftovers. 16, 17, 18, 19. There are 19 M&Ms in the bag. Now that you have this new information, try to solve the problem. How many M&Ms will each girl get if they share the M&Ms equally? Use your paper and pencil to solve. If you're having a hard time, that's okay. Think about different strategies that you can use to help you count. What strategies or tools could you use? You could draw a picture. You could use a 10 frame. You could use counters or another counting strategy as well. Use a strategy to solve the problem. How many M&Ms will each girl get if they share the 19 M&Ms equally? One strategy you could use is drawing a picture of M&Ms each girl will get by giving 1 M&M to each one at one time. How many M&Ms did each girl get if they shared them equally? Each girl got 9 M&Ms with 1 left over. What would you do with that last M&M? Would you try to share the last M&M equally by cutting it in half? Or would you just give it to your mom or dad or someone else to eat so you both had the same amount? If you solve the problem again, what is a different strategy that you could use? In today's episode of Math Matters, we learned about sharing equally between 2 people. What could you share equally between 2 people at home? I'm Mrs. Parker. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.